Perfect. Perfect.
Hello there and welcome back to another episode of Reaction Therapy. I'm your resident psychotherapist, Tom Stevens, here to break down lyrics to some awesome music. And today, it's a good one. Tom MacDonald, Names is a song we've got up. I cannot wait for this. Always controversy, but always hitting hard. And I've loved what I've seen so far. So I can't wait to see what's next. Remember, we're here to spread mental health awareness to the world through music and lyrics. Good or bad, we try to find some mental health and possibility, hope, what you can do to make life better tomorrow if today was not so good, and this might be the chance. Don't forget to check our Patreon page or our YouTube membership now. Memberships are available both ways. We have extra content, extra live streams just for you, and if you want to support Reaction Therapy and our mission, that's one great way to do it. But look, we are thankful for you that you would be so willing to support what we do, to watch the reactions we do. And just like today, I feel like I'm doing this with you and it's really cool. So without further ado, all right, it's Tom MacDonald, Names. Buckle up.
They gon' try to call you names, label you with things till you're ashamed. You're a sexist or a racist, white supremacist or gay. They'll attack your reputation, claim that you're the one to blame, and try to make you hate yourself for ways that you behave. They're just names, embrace them and they'll never cause you pain. They're just words that another person thought up in their brain.
This speaks to me like all over the place. Ever since I started doing reactions on YouTube, I have my life, my quiet mental health therapy practice, right? Jill and I doing our thing for 27 years. It's been great, awesome life. Love, love, love doing reactions on YouTube. And it's amazing how not even everybody, 99% of everything I see is incredibly supportive, encouraging, and proud of the message that's being sent with mental health awareness to the world. And then every now and then there are these names or these hate comments or these things that come out that are just put there. And it's like I end up paying attention to them louder than the other supportive comments. And I think that happens on social media. I think it happens with teenagers growing up. It's so easy to pay attention to the names. And I love the fact that he says, just remember, these are just names. They're not identifiers. They don't have to be who you are. Like, you know who you are. And I tell people this all the time, but I'm just as susceptible as anybody to seeing a comment and thinking, that person doesn't like me, or that person doesn't like what I do, or that person thinks I'm ridiculous. And sometimes we hold on to it. Thank goodness I have Nick here. He tells me all the time, just let that piece go. Pay attention to what the positive is, and let's keep doing our mission here, spreading mental health awareness to the world, because they're just names. And I love hearing this because that's what I need to hear today. And so much of the time out with social media, 30 years ago when I grew up, there wasn't any of that. So you didn't have as much of the posting. You'd hear names at school, but you didn't have anything else to see it anywhere else. And now it's every single place.
Embrace them and they'll never cause you pain. They're just words that another person thought up in their brain. They're just names. They do not define you. That's insane. And they'll just call you something different if you change. Call me racist. I don't make no BLM donations. I can stand with black folks without a...
Sorry, man. I've at least got to appreciate the music. And sometimes I tell you, I get lost in the lyrics and sometimes I get lost in the music and the other one goes away. So sometimes I don't hear a beat drop because I'm looking at the lyrics so hard. And other times I'm listening to the music so much that I don't even hear what the lyrics are saying. And I think he's probably trying to bring awareness to something in his own way. But when I hear the music, I gotta love the music, even though the words are intensely fierce. Here it goes.
Just names. They do not define you. That's insane. And they'll just call you something different if you change. Call me racist. I don't make no BLM donations. I can stand with black folks without a branded corporation. All this systemic prejudice. If you live in this nation, you privileged, black or Caucasian. Call me transphobic, but I support you in your policies. I just can't ignore the very basics of biology. All I see is men and women trying to live in harmony, not 100 genders that you want to be. Call me...
when you talk about stirring up the pot, and he can bring up things that are triggers, Listen to what the name of the song is. I want you to hear this clearly. As a mental health professional here, not just a regular Joe, as a mental health professional, the title of this song is Names. And he started out by saying, they're just names. Embrace them, you'll be okay. That doesn't mean agree with them. It means just recognize they're just names that are being said. Now he goes into what he really believes. And these people have had hate on me, and these people have said this about me. And I'm just telling you my beliefs. I'm telling you, and this is what I feel like Tom's saying. I'm just telling you how I feel and what my viewpoint is. And you will end up calling me this. But let's reverse the title of the song, because even if you're offended by what he says, even if you feel like his opinion, his view is wrong, even if you feel like he's just trying to stir up the pot or put people down, remember the title of the song. They're just names. So you can take the same theory and put it on you and say, when I hear this song, he's just saying what he believes. And people ask me all the time, what about your own personal beliefs, Tom? When you get somebody in your office, say, I'm a Christian, and somebody who's atheist or Buddhist or Muslim or some other religion, it's okay because they're people. And I'm here to love people, and I'm here to listen to people. And if I disagree with you, or I think you're crazy, or I think you don't have any basis for your opinion, I'm not going to treat you less than. I'm not just going to say, you know what, you're right. Yeah, okay, I agree with that. I won't agree with it, but if you ask my opinion, I will give it to you. But I won't give you my opinion if you're asking me for it only to start a fight. I'm just not going to do that. And so that's part of my profession is, hang on, what are you saying this for? And I think he's saying it from his viewpoint that this is just how I feel. These are my belief systems. And I'm not here to take yours from you. And I'm not going to just give mine away to you. So it's okay. I just have this platform where I'm putting this out there. But he throws so many different ones at so many different populations. And to talk to him one day and hear his viewpoint, because I think he'd realize I can stand with, or he would say, I can stand with anyone. I'm not going to try to beat anybody down or put anybody down. I'm just giving you my viewpoint on different parts, different things that are going on in the world today that I think is important to hear about.
Support you in your policies. I just can't ignore the very basics of biology. All I see is men and women trying to live in harmony, not 100 genders that you wanna be. Call me snowflake, cause I'm offended, I ain't stone-faced. Social justice warriors destroying us with woke ways. Mad because they voted for the POTUS with the most hate. Man, I miss the old days. Call me loser, call me bigot, call me stupid, call me bitter, call me...
You could say this. You can say a lot of things about this song and the words that are in it, but there are times that we end up in situations where it's like, is it possible that if I agree with somebody that it's okay to agree with one thing or a piece of something, or do I have to disagree with everything? Just because he's Tom MacDonald, do I have to disagree or agree? Like I'm on one side or the other? Or could he have some wisdom in certain areas and not in others? Or could he have things I agree with in some areas but not in others? And he said it, what I believe when we talk about the messages that are out there on social media, on the internet, with technology that we have today, I firmly believe that so many people see something and believe it instantly without getting any background information. And I want people to see what they see on the news or online or on an app or on social media and go research it, find out, get the data, get the facts, get the history. Because so much of the time what we see is what we believe, and then we just spew it out. And we want to be the first to get the most likes. We want to be the first to get noticed. We want to be the first to have a new statement or a new message. And I do believe firmly we need to quit looking at so much of the news in the world, because it's telling us what they want us to hear. And you could turn on one channel versus another, or check one website versus another, or one stream versus another, and you're going to get what they're giving you instead of a lot of times actual factual information. So it takes time to get that. And I really struggle with today's world in social media because it's out there so fast and everything's popping up that what we see instantly is what we believe. And we have to watch that because that's not always true. Just because you hear it at work, or just because you hear it in the playground at school, or just because you hear it in a text online doesn't mean it's automatically true.
Here's destroying us with woke ways. Mad because they voted for the POTUS with the most hate. Man, I miss the old days. Call me loser, call me bigot, call me stupid, call me bitter, call me ugly, call me cracker, call me doucher, call me trigger.
Wow.
You can call me what you want, cause at the end of the day, man, they're just names. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. We ain't tripping cause we heard it all before. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain. Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no shame. Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored.
Man, this picture, this sight of him with all those different names, and basically just names that he's been called. And I think he decided to put his energy about how he feels about it into a song. And I love that for people. Like, every artist I see puts their life out there. But look, he's human. He's normal too. We're all struggling at times. We all have beliefs and viewpoints, and we've all come from different places. So we need to be able to try to understand everybody's viewpoint, but that doesn't mean that we just agree with everybody's viewpoint or the loudest person's viewpoint. We have to have our own. Part of what I do in my office with people is, let's see how you really feel, and let's see how you're living that. And if you really feel a certain way, are you living that way? You know, if somebody really believes in healthy living, are they doing that? Are they eating, exercising, and living, handling their money all in healthy ways, or are we just talking about it? And I want to see the walk, which is good. And so when I hear this message, I think, all right, I'll listen to anything and I'll understand anything. But just because you fall on one side or the other doesn't mean you're less of a human being. And I think that's what he would say in his message also. What a direct message to some controversial topics that are out there in the world today, that he's willing to put himself out there. And kudos to him for speaking how he believes, just like kudos to anybody else for speaking about how they believe and putting it in music. It's art.
We feel no shame. Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored. They gon' try to call you names, label you with things till you're ashamed. Repeat it till you really start believing what they say. They gon' stamp it on your forehead and scream it till you break. They love to say they woke, they not awake. They're just names, afraid of anyone who ain't the same. So they classify your thoughts as controversial, not okay. Then they cancel you till everything you have all gets erased. They're trying to tell the world you bad, they're just names.
Gosh, I see that a lot, which is sad for me. Like, when I want people to be able to express their opinion and your life gets stripped from you because of it. Your name gets stripped from you. You know, if I say a certain thing, I can, all of a sudden, everybody can have a certain belief about me. I get how if I'm in the grocery store or in a restaurant and I'm yelling at my wife or my kids or acting like stupid, that I brought that on myself. I don't believe because people feel a certain way or have a certain belief that they should then be canceled or taken away from society or have their image tarnished because of that, because that's how they feel. He's standing at this sign, by the way, a side note. I wonder if they really had people in public coming by to look at that, like when they were doing the shoot for it, or if they put people there, because it looks like people are there just kind of watching him, taking pictures and staring at what that message is. And then he had that hoodie with all of that on it. Phenomenal.
They cancel you till everything you have all gets erased. They trying to tell the world you bad, they're just names. Call me conservative or liberal, Republican or Democrat. I'm somewhere in the middle, but y'all don't know what to do with that. The system got you so obsessed with classifying right or left. You never call a person human, call them names instead. Call me sexist. Men run the world cause they're aggressive, but behind every man there's a woman just as successful. We will never be equal in every way, that ain't helpful. Our differences are why we're great together. Call me white devil. I know you think the system favors me. My privilege is residual benefits from the slavery. Subconscious prejudice embedded.
I give credit to all rappers who can put words in, rhyme them, say them, add music, make this all work, where forget the message for a second, like how he's able to create the beat and the harmony and the message that all goes together. And one of the huge problems we're looking at is there's two ways to go in today's world. There's right and there's wrong. I feel like that every day. There's right and there's wrong. And you know who gets to decide that? Not the actual right or wrong side, because there's not that. It's whoever's speaking or whoever's listening. So when there's two people involved, like him standing on this sign, taking this picture with all these names around him, and the people, there's some people that are looking, taking pictures, and maybe nodding their head, and then there's other people that think he's crazy and nuts. You are the one deciding right or wrong, and the person you're talking to is deciding right or wrong. And so I feel like in today's world, we've lost any middle ground whatsoever. There's either right or wrong, and if you disagree with me, I'm wrong in your eyes. And if you have something different to say to me, you're wrong in my eyes. I really try hard every day not to practice that, but I do see it in people that there's one side or the other, and one's right or wrong. But the problem we get into with that is it creates division, and all of a sudden we're against each other. So it is possible to be in the middle, or it's possible to float and have different beliefs that don't land you on one side or the other in life.
In the system made for me, don't mean I never struggled to survive. I guess we ain't agree. Ignorant and jaded, call me dumb, uneducated, call me idiot or redneck or delusional or crazy. Call me anything society has taught you to say. Cause at the end of the day, they're just names. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. We ain't tripping cause we heard it all before. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain. Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead.
I mean, sometimes it's a little bit extreme. Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord. I mean, that doesn't like help people, in my opinion, like want to find God or have a relationship, because they identify him with that. And I don't like it as a Christian. I don't like to be able to say, I hope you find God. I hope you find the Lord. I hope you find your way to that, because it's like I'm higher than you, and I just don't believe in that. I can pray for it for people. I can hope for it, but I've got to be the best person I can be that's kind and friendly and supportive of people and their struggle in life. And sometimes it does create division. Even within these songs, some of the lyrics are like, that was a little bit of a jab.
Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no shame. Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored. Your sticks and your stones might break my bones, but your words don't hurt. So give me your worst. Stupid loser, ugly poser.
And there are times this can incite kind of a battle, but I think, he's an entertainer and he's able to put this music out there, putting his firm beliefs out, knowing it's going to create the controversy, and it's okay. Like, I welcome it to be able to talk to people. I don't want to be ridiculed. I don't want to be insulted. I don't want to, be put down just because somebody wants me to feel bad. So I won't engage in fights like that or arguments with people, but I'll listen to what people have to say. And if they don't want to hear anything coming from me, then I just disengage from that, because it's one-sided at that point. Again, right or wrong. It's one way or the other.
Moron, liar, crazy, loner. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. We ain't tripping cause we heard it all before. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no pain. Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead and call.
So much division. And I do feel this way, y'all. I feel totally, because I don't know music, right? I know therapy, but I don't know music. I feel like I could put this song, like somebody's going to instantly judge this song by who's doing it, by Tom MacDonald, and the music gets lost. So I can appreciate the music regardless of whatever the lyrics are. I could have a person that you agree with, say you disagree with Tom MacDonald, I could have somebody you do agree with sing this song, not these lyrics, take this music part and put a rap to it, and you would be vibing to it. And so the point there being, maybe the music's kind of cool. Maybe the beat's kind of cool, but I've got to throw everything in all together at once, right? All the apples in one cart. I'm going to put, it's either all or nothing. Either I hate all of this or none of this. And that doesn't have to be the case. It could be, that's a pretty good beat. Like, you put that together. That was a pretty well done composing of that. It can be done.
Dog, we feel no pain. Your words ain't gonna hurt us anymore. Go ahead and call us names, dog. Do your thing. Y'all are tripping, but I hope you find the Lord. Give a damn about the names, dog. We feel no shame. Call us anything you want, I'm getting bored.
Tom MacDonald and names. Well, that will definitely stir things up. I cannot wait to see your insight, feedback, comments. Let me have it because I'll get to put what he said to practice maybe. And everybody can say names and do all that. Or we can all care about each other and say, well, maybe I disagree. Maybe I don't like it. Maybe I feel this way about certain topics. And this is our challenge at Reaction Therapy, how we can support and care about each other. And maybe sometimes if a song or an artist isn't your thing, we just don't watch it. And I think some people do that. If there's a restaurant where I get terrible service, I just don't go back to it. I don't complain over and over again about why it's bad. But this is why music's great. And this is why mental health is great, because this will put your mental health to the test today. Yes. But remember, it's Hidden Real Therapy, just Tom breaking down lyrics to music. If you want professional help, check the link in the description of this video. Resources are there. You might be able to get some help. You deserve that. Check our Discord server. Over 2,000 people chatting it up about this probably right now. And go over to Patreon. Check what we've got over there. You might want to join and support Reaction Therapy that way. Or on YouTube. We have memberships there too. Check them out now. Thanks so much for letting us do this. Thanks so much for being a part of Reaction Therapy. And I can't wait to see you on the next Reaction Therapy.